number 6, Vinny Robles. Batting 7th, the pitcher, number 27, Julia Ariston. Batting 8th at catcher, number 10, Amaya Armenta. Batting 9th in left field, number 4, Haley Martinez. And in the flex, playing right field, number 12, Carissa Aguilar. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Santa Ana College. We have another edition of Santa Ana Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. I'm Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. It's a windy day here in the city of Santa Ana, but it will be game number 2 of this 3-game series between the Santa Ana Dons and the visiting Hawks from Santiago Canyon College. Again, thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from, whether you're watching live or watching the replay up on the YouTube channel. We appreciate you for tuning in to another edition of Don Softball. Let's go ahead and introduce you to both teams as the Dons enter with a record of 4-11. They're coming off a huge victory yesterday in which they put up 25 runs against an inferior Ventura College opponent. So they have to be feeling pretty good after that big victory yesterday. They're 4-11 overall, but 0-4 to begin Orange Empire Conference play. They're led by fourth-year head coach Marissa Ross, who played for this very same Dons program herself back in the 2013 and 2014 seasons, along with their assistant coach Alyssa Iglesias. Both the Dons, Ross and Iglesias, led this team to a very strong record in the 2022 season, however, finished 12-24 last year. We're just about ready for the top of the first inning. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the visiting Hawks, who enter with a record of 6-11. They're 1-3 in conference play. They got their first win on Tuesday in a 7-5 victory over the same Santa Ana Dons. It's game number 2 of this 3-game series. First pitch misses outside from Julia Ariston. She's in the circle for the Dons today. The freshman from Godinez High School just down the street. 1-0 the count to the leadoff hitter, Millie Mayer. She shows bunt, pulls back. Wanted to go with a slap shot, however she pulls back for the ball. 2-0 the count now. Millie Mayer betting from the left side. Wearing number 5, she's a freshman from University High School, which is over in the city of Irvine. This one also misses outside. 3-0 the count to Millie Mayer. Wind blowing from right field over to the left side, as there'll be a quick meeting in on the infield. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We'll go ahead and give you the starting defense while we have this little break in the action. Behind the plate will be Amaya Armenta, wearing number 10. Over at third, Mia Luna. Shortstop, Alyssa Armijo. Second base, Mel Avila. And at first, Sonia Carnal. Of course, we already mentioned the player in the mound, Julia Ariston, wearing number 27. This one catches the zone. It says home plate umpire Nika Esparza. Umpire on the field will be Ken Kolbaka. So 3-1 the count now to the leadoff hitter. This one misses low and a little bit outside, so it's a leadoff walk to start the top of the first. Again, if you're just tuning in, Dons versus the Hawks of Santiago Canyon College. Game number 2 of this 3-game series. The Hawks won on Tuesday by a score of 7-5. The Dons did lead after 4 innings, 4-3. However, the Hawks were able to put up 3 unanswered runs, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and they were able to cruise to a victory on Tuesday to win game number 1 of the series. This one catches the outer half. 0-1 the count. Something new that they're doing in the Orange Empire Conference this year, they're doing 3-game series. Last year they just played each other twice. They split the doubleheader, or was it a doubleheader, but they split the 2 games as we now have the number 2 hitter, Alyssa Patlin, wearing number 9, also batting from the left side. Runner goes, throw's not going to be in time, and look at that wind as it drifts the ball all the way over, about 3 feet over of second base. That's something that all the fielders will have to take cautious of. Blowing from right to left. It's a very windy day in the city of Santa Ana. That pitch was outside, so the count is now 1-1 to Alyssa Patlin. She's one of the few sophomores on this team out of Fullerton Union High School. She hit .340 as a freshman last year, played in 45 games. She hits this one softly into center, coming in and making the catch. For the Dons is Vinny Robles. She's out in center. In left is Haley Martinez, and in right is Carissa Aguilar. So those are the 9 on the field for the Dons. It'll bring up the number 3 hitter, also wearing number 3, Raneen Kurdia. She's one of 3 Kurdia sisters here on the Santiago Canyon roster. Runner on second, 1 out here in the top of the first. This one skips off the glove of Armenta, and that's going to be a pass ball. It was a little bit outside. However, there's a ball that Armenta should have handled behind the plate. The runner does advance 60 feet over to third. Still 1 out in the inning. That's Millie Mayer over there at third. Raneen Kurdia in the batter's box, batting from the right side, wearing number 3. She's one of the best hitters here on this Hawks roster. She swings through that off-speed pitch. Nice job there by Ariston to get her guessing. She leads the team, Kurdia does, with a .400 batting average. In 35 AB, she has 14 hits, 6 doubles, also has 1 home run and 9 RBIs. A chance to pick up RBI number 10 here with the runner on third. Another off-speed pitch down, and this time Kurdia just fouls this one off. We'll do it again now, 1-2. One and 2 the count. Dons here at home for game number 2 of this 3-game series. 2 of the games will be played at Santiago Canyon. Tuesday was one of them. They play game number 3 tomorrow. That one, oh, looked good from our angle here. Maybe just a little bit below the knees, and we'll do it now 2-2. Ariston has appeared in 7 games for the Dons this season. Pitched 24 2/3 of an inning. Ooh, this one looked like the wind caught hold of that one. Not really sure what exactly happened there. As she was going into her windup, the ball kind of just skipped out of her hand, went backwards. They're going to rule that a ball. 3-2 now. Don't think I've ever seen that one before. Again, the wind will be a factor here today. Here's the full count pitch. Runner on third, Millie Mayer. This one misses high, so Cardia works a walk. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter as Armenta gives the signs to the infield with the runners on first and third. 1 out. Still an opportunity for the Dons to turn 2 and get out of this one on a ground ball. Now up to bat for the Hawks is Callista Maciel. Playing second base today. Armenta throws down. Cutting it off is Avila, so they can concede the stolen base to Cardia. She advances. Avila crashes from her second base position in case the third runner on third was going to try and go for a home. Nice play design there by the Dons and well executed. However, the Hawks didn't take the chance. 1 out in the inning. That one was a ball, so 1-0 the count to Maciel. This one finds the upper half, 1-1. Maciel went to Foothill High School, technically in the city of Santa Ana. However, it's closer to the area of Tustin. However, she was a former teammate of the Don shortstop Alyssa Armijo. Granted, Armijo was a senior, while Maciel was a sophomore. They were teammates back at Foothill. Here's the 2-1. This one misses up. 3-1 the count to Callista Maciel. She's third on the team with a .333 batting average. She has 1 double. To come take a stroll over to the circle, talk to the entire infield, and to her pitcher, Julia Ariston, in the 5th. That was game 1 of this 3-game series. Game 3 will be played tomorrow at Santiago Canyon College at 2 o'clock. So it looks like the meeting in the circle just about done, and we are ready for softball. Here comes the number 5 hitter, Yasmin Garcia. She watches this one go outside. 1-0 the count. The count to the freshman from Santiago High School, the Santiago over in the city of Corona. Not to confused with the Santiago in Garden Grove. 1-1 the count now after this strike catches the upper half. Still a scoreless game here in the, however, Julia Ariston in the circle for the Dons. And it's Yasmin Garcia at the plate, batting from the right side, wearing number 1, watches one sail over her head. 2-1 the count. The Hawks are led by first-year head coach Brandis Kutzbeck. Appeared in the most the most innings, putting up 43 hits, 25. So Ariston's day is done after 22 pitches. She only recorded 1 out. She was able to get Patlin to fly out to center field. She does leave the bases loaded, and 1 run has come across. Didn't give up a hit, but really couldn't find the zone in today's windy contest. It's a 1-0 lead for the Hawks. This one hit right up the middle. Guzman wasn't able to get a glove on it all the way to Robles. Robles gets it in quickly, so only 1 run scores. It's Cardia as she scores from third. Being held up at third was Maciel. Garcia advances to second, and it's an RBI single for Altamirano. So Guzman was able to find the strike zone, however. First one was teed up about 2 inches there as she had Bell way out in front. 0-2 now with the count. Kiana Bell is a freshman from Ramona High School. Here's the 0-2 from Guzman. Base is still loaded for the Hawks. This one's hit softly into center. Coming to her left is Robles. She makes the catch. Tagging from third is Maciel, and she's going to score without a throw home. Staying at second is Garcia, and staying put at first is Altamirano. So it's an RBI sac fly for out number 2. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Haley Perez, sophomore from Centennial High School. She fouls this one off to the right side. 0-1 the count. We're already seeing the difference here with Guzman into the game, really just pounding the zone, not missing a lot of Hawks bats. However, allowing the Hawks to put it in play. She's already recorded 1 out. 1 run did score. It's a 2-0 lead, no, 3-0 lead, excuse me, for the Hawks. This one's fouled off to the right side as well, into the net. Do it again now, 0-2. Two outs here in the top of the first. 0-2 count for Ale Guzman. Let's see what she does here. She throws one outside, but it's fouled off by Perez. Count remains at 0-2. In the on-deck circle is Cici Credilla, sister of Ronin Credilla. 2 Credilla sisters starting in today's game for the Hawks. This one's a jam shot. Had a lot of spin to it. Guzman's not going to be able to make the throw in time over to first, so it's an infield single for Haley Perez. She got jammed on that one. Left the bat with a lot of topspin, and with the wind, I'm sure that didn't help either. Guzman came off the rubber, tried to field that one as quickly as she could, however, unsuccessfully in getting the out at first. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Cici Credilla, also batting from the right side. Both her and her sister Ranim went to high school at Beckman. This one catches the outer half. That was a well-placed pitch there by Guzman. 0-1 the count. This one on the ground over to second. Avila fields this one cleanly, tosses it over to Kernal, and that is out number 3. Scored that 4-3. So the Hawks do plate 3 runs in the top of the first. It'll be the top of the order due up for the Dons in the bottom of the first. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel in conjunction with SportsNetUSA.net. I'm Noah Alvarez. It's a very windy day here at Santa Ana College in the city of Santa Ana, here at the Don Softball Field. Second game that we've got to broadcast here for the Don Softball team. Last time we were here, they got a victory, a 13-2 victory over College of the Desert. But after that game, they had a very tough schedule. They went on to lose 5 in a row as they had a 3-game series with the Cypress Chargers, the reigning state champions in the 3C2A. Then they had a Saturday game against Palomar College. That game was moved to home, so that was here at home last Saturday. However, the Dons came up short by a score of 11-1. And then in Tuesday's game, they did lose to Santiago Canyon in the opening game of that 3-game series by a score of 7-5. So they were losers of 5 straight. However, they played yesterday against Ventura College, the Pirates. It was a makeup game that was scheduled originally for February 21st. But due to the rainouts, it was scheduled to be played at Santa Ana College on March 13th yesterday, and the Dons came out victorious by a big score, 25-0. It's actually a program record for the most runs scored in a game. So hats off to the Dons, and I'm sure that built up a lot of momentum and lifted their spirits, especially after a tough stretch of games. Like I said, they played 3 against the top team in the state in Cypress College, and they had 1 game against Palomar, which is currently the number 3 ranked team in the state. They have a little bit of confidence after yesterday's big victory. And so here is the leadoff hitter batting from the left side for Santa Ana. First pitch to her, misses outside, 1-0 the count. Mel Avila, the sophomore from Orange Lutheran High School. It'll be 1-2-3, Mel Avila, Mia Luna, and then Sarah Casey. This one also misses the outer half, a tight zone here by home plate umpire Nika Arspaza. Get you the defense for the Hawks after this pitch. 3-0 the count now. In the circle for the Hawks, wearing number 23, is Madison Lee. Behind home plate is Raneem Kurdia. Avila shows bunt, but this one catches the outer half. 3-1 the count. Over at third, Yasmin Garcia. At short, Millie Mayer. At second, Callista Marciel. And at first, Kiana Bell. This one hit into the air. The wind's going to play a factor as it's hit into shallow left center, and it's going to be caught. A lot of drift on that one as the wind's blowing from right to left, but it's caught by Haley Perez. So a fly out to center. So one out here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up the third baseman, Mia Luna. This one misses a little too high. Luna, a freshman from Segerstrom High School, just down Fairview in the city of Santa Ana. This one catches the outer half. A little bit more zip onto that one too, as she was able to ramp up the velocity on that one. Madison Lee pitched the final 3 innings in Tuesday's contest. This one also catches the zone. 1-2 now the count to Luna. She's appeared in 16 games for the Hawks this year, pitched an 89 2/3 of an inning, and has an ERA of 3.67. 1-2 the count now here to Luna. Here's the pitch. This one almost skips in the dirt. 2-2 the count to the third baseman. Madison Lee is a sophomore from Irvine High School. Pitching from the right side of the rubber. This one's fouled off into the net over here on the right side. We'll do it again now, 2-2. Again, thanks for tuning in to Dawn Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Dons already trail 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Luna on the season hitting .400 in 8 starts for the Dons. Has 8 hits and 20 ABs. This one misses way outside. Nice job by Kurdia to glove that one. And it's a walk, a 1-out walk. The Dons have their first base runner of the afternoon. It's going to be important that the Dons respond with a run of their own here in the bottom of the first after giving up 3 in the top. Again, in Tuesday's game, both these teams traded 2 runs apiece in the top and the bottom of the first. So we'll see if today's game carries a little bit of the same pattern, as this one misses outside to Casey, batting from the left side, wearing number 3. A sophomore from Orange Lutheran High School, teammates in high school with second baseman Mel Avila. This one fouled off the net. 1-1. Casey has seen the ball really well in the batter's box as of late, hitting .472 on the season. This one hit on the ground softly to shortstop. They flip it over to second. They get the out at second, but is going to be safe at first. So score that a fielder's choice, as Casey does end up at first. 6-4 on the put out to get out number 2. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Sonia Carnal. So Casey at first. Carnal batting from the right side. The sophomore hits this one softly, and it's going to drop into right center. Casey will stay put over there at second. Nice idea there by Kurdia to fire that one over to second as quickly as she got it. but it's a 1-out single, and that'll bring up another sophomore, Alyssa Armijo. So a chance for a potential 2-out rally here. Alyssa Armijo is a sophomore from Foothill High School. This one misses outside. 1-0 the count. In yesterday's game against Ventura, Armijo reached safely 4 different times. 1 hit, 3 walks. This one skips in the dirt. Again, the wind blowing over equipment here as we 2-0 the count to the sophomore. This one catches the inner half. Moves the count now to 2-1. Casey at second. Carnal over at first. Armijo has 8 walks on the season, leads the team. She's close to drawing another walk here as the count is now 3-1 in her favor. Looks like Lee struggling to pound the zone here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Let's see what the sophomore can do. Up 3-1, this one misses outside. So now it loads the bases. Casey will move to third. Carnal will go to second. And Alyssa Armijo has her 4th walk in 2 days. 4th walk in 5 plate appearances, in her last 5 plate appearances. Bases are juiced now for Vinny Robles, a sophomore from Orange Lutheran High School. Wearing number 6 today on the roster, she's listed at number 77. This one misses outside. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 from Lee. This one catches the inner half. 1-1 the count. So Lee fell behind 3-1 to the leadoff hitter Avila. She ran the count full to Luna. Only needed 3 pitches, but Casey was able to reach via fielder's choice. First pitch to Carnal was hit for a single. She walks Armijo and now is up 1-2 on Vinny Robles. Again, bases are loaded now for the center fielder. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Dons trail 3-0. This one misses way outside, not even threatening the zone, so it's an easy take for Robles. Madison Lee has 43 walks in 89 innings pitched. This one swung on and missed by Robles. Unable to make contact on that 2-2 pitch down in the zone. And so Lee is able to get out of the inning with the bases stranded loaded. So nice pitching there by her with 2 outs. As we move to the top of the second, Dons trail 3-0. Again, thanks for tuning into Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
With 138 conference championships, 25 state championships, and 6 national championships, Santa Ana College has one of the premier athletic programs in California. With your help, we will continue to provide opportunities to student athletes as they thrive in both athletics and academics. We are Santa Ana College.
Back here on the campus of Santa Ana College, we move to the top of the second. Dons currently trail 3-0. It's a very windy afternoon here in the city of Santa Ana. Wind blowing from right to left field. It'll be the top of the order once again for the Hawks, due up as they're able to get 9 to the plate last inning. So it'll be the leadoff hitter Millie Mayer who drew a walk in her first AB. It's Ale Guzman now on the mound. This will be the first time these two face off today. This one's dropped bunt. Luna crashed in hard and throws in time over to first. 5-3 on the putout for out number one. One pitch, one out. A very efficient start to Ale Guzman for this top of the second inning. Guzman did pitch 4 1/3 innings back on Tuesday. She gave up 6 hits, 4 walks, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. She came in relief for starter Alexis Marquez. 1-0 the count to Alyssa Patlin. She flew out to center in her first AB against Ariston. Wanted to swing at that one, however held up. 2-0 now the count. Looked like a rise ball there from Guzman. Three to nothing is the score. Don's trail here in the top of the second. It's game number 2 of this 3-game series against the Santiago Canyon Hawks. Another ball hit into center. This one's drifting to Robles' right. It's off of her glove. Now hits the fence and stopping at second with a double. Potentially could be ruled an error, but that's Alyssa Patlin. It did hit off the glove. Did hit off the glove of Robles, so typically you rule that an error, but with the wind playing a big factor, it's kind of a 50-50 call there, as now there's a runner on second with 1 out. This one missing just a bit down and a little bit outside to Ranim Kurdia. 1-0 the count. Patlin over there at second. 1 out here in the top of the second. Nice frame job there by Armenta. That one was maybe a tad outside. However, she brings it back over the plate. 1-1 the count, says home plate umpire Nika Esparza. Cardia hits this one softly, right back to Guzman. She fields it cleanly, throws it over to first for out number 2. Advancing, however, to third is Alyssa Patlin. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Callista Marcial. This one misses outside. 1-0 the count to the number 4 hitter. She also drew a base on balls. One of 4 walks issued by the starting pitcher today, Julia Ariston. She's now in right field. This one skips in the dirt. Nice job by Armenta to keep this one in front of her. Not a strike, says home plate umpire, so it's another base on balls. The first one issued here in the top of the second. Runners on the corners now. Maciel has pretty good speed over there at first. Good speed at third as well, and Alyssa Patlin. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Yasmin Garcia, a freshman from Santiago High School over in the city of Corona. Hitting .256 on the season. In her first AB, she drew in a base on balls. 1-0 the count after this first pitch misses up. Maciel now going from first, but this one's ruled a strike. 1-1 the count. On the season, Maciel does have 1 stolen base attempt, 1 for 1 in stolen bases on the season. 2 outs here in the top of the second. She goes to second. Cutting it off is Avila. She throws it back over to third. Not going to be in time as Luna did apply the tag. However, Patlin was able to get back to third. It's a stolen base for Maciel. She now has 2 stolen bases on the season. 2-1 the count to Yasmin Mark Garcia, the third baseman. This one misses down. Looks like Guzman unable to find the zone as consistently as she did back in her first inning of work when she came in with 1 out in the top of the first. Runners on second and third. Ground ball would get out of the inning. This one also skips in the dirt. So it's back-to-back walks issued here by Guzman as time is called. Again, thanks for tuning in to Dawn Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Stepping into the batter's box after the meeting at the circle will be Isabella Altamirano, a freshman for Esperanza High School. Still 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the second. Dons do trail 3-0.
Now batting number 25, Isabella Altamirano.
As the meeting does break. Garcia at first, Maciel at second, Patlin over at third, and Altamirano in the batter's box, batting from the right side, wearing number 25. She's the designated player today for Santiago Canyon. Armenta thought about throwing down to third, fakes the throw, and Patlin in there sliding. 1-0 the count. Altamirano was the first one to face Guzman back in the top of the first. She singled right up the middle. This one misses up. 2-0 the count. On the season, Altamirano is batting .286, has 4 RBIs on the season. This one catches the outer half. 2-1 now the count. This one misses outside. 3-1 the count. On deck, Kiana Bell, if the Hawks are able to keep this inning alive. Nowhere to put her as the bases are loaded. Patlin over there at third. Maciel at second. Garcia at first. This one hit softly but into center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Scoring from second now is Maciel. Garcia will be held up at second, so it's a 2 RBI single for Isabella Altamirano. And again, in back-to-back plate appearances now, she has RBI singles, both up the middle. This one is a little bit more towards right center. No chance for Robles playing center field today to catch that one. 5-0 is the score. That'll bring up Kiana Bell, the first baseman. This one hit on the ground to Luna. She steps on the bag for the third and final out. 5 unassisted on the putout. It's a nice job there by Guzman to get that easy ground out for out number 3. However, the Hawks tack on 2 more runs. They now have a 5-0 lead here as we head to the bottom of the second. Again, thanks for tuning in to Dawn Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Due up when we come back will be 7, 8, 9 for your Dons after this commercial break.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
So leading it off for the Dons here in the top of the second will be the right fielder now, Julia Ariston. She did start the game for the Dons in the circle. However, was only able to record 1 out before being pulled and being replaced by Ale Guzman. Dons do trail 5-0. First pitch is in there from Madison Lee. 0-1 the count. On the season, Ariston hitting .257. Has started in 13 games for the Dons this year. This one misses down, 1-1. Game number 2 of this 3-game series. It's their only home game of this 3-game set with Santiago Canyon. This one fouled off to the back. 1-2 the count now to Ariston. The freshman from Godinez High School. Here's the 1-2. This one misses just a tad bit down. Nice attempt there by Cordia to frame that one on the lower half. However, it's a ball, says home plate umpire Nika Esparza. 2-2 the count. This one misses up as Ariston has to duck out of the way of that one. Runs the count full now to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second. Santiago looking to pick up their 7th win. Dons looking to pick up their 5th. Game number 2 of this 3-game series. Here's the full count pitch. This one misses way wide. Ball 4 to Julia Ariston. So runner on first. Pretty good speed over there at first. And that'll bring up the catcher, Amaya Armenta. Armenta hitting .303 on the season. Has started in 14 games for the Dons this year. Has 8 RBIs on the season. Here's the first pitch from Lee. This one right down the middle. Nice job to get a first pitch strike in there by Lee. Ariston over at first. 3 for 4 in stolen base attempts this season. In a little bit from her usual first base position is Kiana Bell, expecting a bunt from Armenta. Haven't seen any signs of one in the AB thus far. 1-1 the count. 5-0 is the score. Dons trail to Santiago Canyon College. Here's the 1-1 pitch as Lee's working rather quickly. This one was on the outer half or thereabouts, but Armenta weakly flailed at that one and wasn't able to make contact. It's now 1-2. Let's see if Lee decides to go back to that same exact pitch, or at least to pitch in that same exact spot. Here's Lee working relatively quickly. This one again in the same spot. Throw down to first, not going to be in time. Ariston's back safely, but it's a strikeout for out number 1. Armenta looked all kinds of fooled on that pitch on the outside. It just looked like a fastball. Not a lot of movement. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Haley Martinez. Sophomore from Gar High School. 1-0 the count after this one misses the zone. You keep looking over there to Ariston at first. Cordia has a plus arm behind the plate for Santiago Canyon College. Ariston doesn't go on that one. This one had a lot of horizontal movement, but it breaks out of the zone. 2-0 the count now to Haley Martinez. Haley Martinez. Haley Perez is playing center for Santiago Canyon. Here's the windup from Lee. Another one. This one tails outside, but they're going to say it caught the outer half. 2-1 the count. That's a tough one to get a bat on if you're Martinez or any of these Dons hitters. Very generous call there for Santiago Canyon. Runner on first, 1 out. Here's the 2-1. Out of the zone again. 3-1. On deck is the number 1 hitter, Mel Avila. here's the 3-1 from Madison Lee. This one misses the outer half. It's a base on balls. The second walk issued. Ariston will advance over to second. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Mel Avila. She had a 3-1 count in her first AB. However, she flew out weakly to center field. So let's see how the Hawks respond. Kiana Bell way in on the dirt, about 8 or so steps from her usual first base position. This one misses outside. Expecting Avila to drop a bunt down on the right side. Third baseman's back at her normal depth. Infield at normal depth. Maybe shortstop about 1 or 2 steps over to her right. Center field about 2 steps over to their right into left center as well. This one catches the outer half. 1-1 the count. This one slapped on the ground, but foul over on the left side. We'll do it now 1-2. One and two the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Dons trail 5-0. Avila trying to get one of these runs across for the Dons. Shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a liner right to the second baseman, Callista, and she throws it over to first. It's a double play. That's a tough one for Haley Martinez, but you got to freeze on those line drives as she's put out. Scored that one 4-3. A line out right to the second baseman doubles the Dons off as they end the inning without being able to push a run across. They still trail 5-0 as we head to the top of the third. Thanks for tuning into Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Back here in the top of the third. Again, you're watching Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Wherever you may be tuning in from, I'm Noah Alvarez. Dons trail 5-0. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Santiago Canyon College Hawks. Ali Guzman still in the circle for the Dons, pitching from the third base side of the rubber. First one misses down and in to Haley Perez. Over at third is Mia Luna, Alyssa Armijo manning short, Mel Avila at second. Sonia Canal as this one's hit over the pitcher's head. Armijo ranging to her left, throws a strong one over to first in time. Out number 1. That one was a high chopper, so Armijo had to rush the process there, but she makes a strong and accurate throw to Carnal over there at first. The rest of the defense for the Dons in left, Haley Martinez. In center, Vinny Robles. And in right, Julia Ariston, as this one catches the outer half, says home plate umpire Esparza. 0-1 the count to Cici Cardilla, the younger sister of Ranim Cardilla, who's playing catcher today, batting in the 3 spot. Cici batting in the 9 spot, playing right field. Both sisters went to high school at Beckman. They also have a third sister on the roster, Nadine Cardilla. She's a pitcher, also a freshman. So 3 sisters on the team for Santiago Canyon College. Don't see that too often. This one misses down and a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. As Armijo comes to give a little pep talk to Guzman in the circle. 2-1 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. This one hit right into center. Robles is going to be able to cut it off and prevent CC from getting into a double. Good piece of hitting there, right back up the middle, and it'll turn things over to the top of the order. It's the 3rd hit allowed by Ale Guzman in this outing thus far. 2 of them have been by Isabella Altamirano. And now it'll be the leadoff hitter, watching a ball sail over her head. Millie Mayer batting from the left side. She has a walk and she has grounded out. Cordia over there at first. Here's the 1-0. This one catches the outer half. 1-1 the count. Left side of the infield playing a little bit in. This one misses the zone. 2-1 the count now. Don's hoping for a ground ball to get them out of the inning and potentially churn 2. Good speed out of the box by Millie Mayer. So it won't be an easy one. Armenta, it skips just a little bit past her glove. However, she's able to get it rather quickly. Cordia still stays put over there at first. Cordia does have 1 stolen base, 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts this season, as there's another meeting at the circle between Armenta and Guzman. The infielders chatting about 2 or 3 feet behind the pitcher and catcher. Dons in their red uniforms, black pants. Santiago in their black uniforms and black pants. Dons rocking the stirrups, the black stirrups with the red and black stripe on the calf. 3-1 the count. Next pitch will be number 40 on the outing for Ale Guzman. Here's the 3-1. This one slapped foul over on the left side. 3-2 now the count. We'll see if they decide to send CC Cordia on the pitch. Pretty decent speed, but you don't want to run into a strike him out, throw him out if Mayer is not able to make contact. However, she is the leadoff hitter, so you trust that Mayer will put one into play. Here's the full count pitch from Guzman. This one, check swing, and home plate umpire says it's a strikeout. Cordia did go on the pitch, and she's standing at second with a stolen base. However, it's a strikeout for out number 2. That one was on the outer half, says the home plate umpire, Nika Esparza. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Alyssa Patlin. Batting from the left side. 0 for 2 on the day, but however, she did reach in the last inning via an error. This one's in the zone as well. 0-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Dons trail 5-0. CC Cordia, the runner on second. This one hit hard on the ground over to first. Carnal couldn't field this one cleanly as it skips past off of her right leg and unable to make a play. Score that E3. As Patlin reaches board safely, and now it'll be the sister of CC Cordia, who's now at third. It'll be Raneem Cordia batting. 0 for for 1 on the day. She did drew a base on balls and came around to score back in the top of the first. Grounded out to the pitcher softly back in the top of the second. This one misses down. Armenta throws this one, and she gets the runner out at second. Nice job by Armijo to apply the tag. It's a caught stealing for out number 3. 2-6 on the putout. Nice throw there by Armenta, right on cue. You also got to give props to the wind as it wasn't blowing as hard as it was earlier in the game. So Palin's thrown out at second. We turn things over to the bottom of the third. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Dons when we come back. Again, thanks for tuning into Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel in conjunction with SportsNetUSA.net.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Bottom of the third inning, it's 2-3-4 due up for the Dons here. Mia Luna, the third baseman, will lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Dons still trail 5-0. Again, thanks for tuning into Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. This Saturday, we'll have the Dons baseball team as they take on the IVC Lasers, Irvine Valley College, for game number 3 of that 3-game series. Again, that'll be this Saturday. First pitch scheduled at 12 noon. If you can come and attend that game, that'll be at Don Stennon Field here on the campus of Santa Ana College. 1-0 the count to Mia Luna. Madison Lee still in the circle for the Santiago Canyon Hawks. This one finds the bottom half, 1-1 the count. After today's game, the Dons will play the Hawks once more tomorrow. That game is at noon. This one hit on the ground over to short, making a throw over to Bell in time. Is shortstop Millie Mayer. So that's out number 1. Nice job there. Similar to Armijo in the top of the inning. She had a range over to her left to make a strong throw, battle the wind as well as it's blowing from right to left still in today's game. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Sarah Casey, designated player today. This one's fouled past the net into the street. 0-1 the count to the designated player. Another sophomore from Orange Lutheran. This one hit on the ground to the same person. Oh, coming up a little too soon there. It's going to be an E6 on the shortstop, Millie Mayer. Looks like she popped up just a bit too soon. Thought the ball had reached her glove, and as she popped up, the ball skipped past under her glove, and Casey will reach via an error. She reached via a fielder's choice back in the bottom of the first. 0 for 2 in the day, but she's reached both times. That'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Sonia Carnal, as she watches this one, misses down. 1-0 the count to the sophomore first baseman, wearing number 1, a sophomore from Mater Dei High School. Went to the same high school as assistant coach Alyssa Iglesias. Both her and head coach Marissa Ross played for this team back in the 2013 and 2014 seasons. Alyssa Iglesias standing over there at first, head coach Marissa Ross standing over there at third base. Again, good to see 2 former players now coaching here at Santa Ana College. This one catches the inner half, 3-1 as Madison Lee looks to battle back. She faces a tough hitter in Sonia Carnal. Center fielder shaded about 3 steps towards left center. This one misses down. It's not going to matter as it's a base on balls. Advancing to second now is Casey. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Alyssa Armijo. She drew a walk back in the bottom of the first. She now has 4 walks in her last 5 ABs. We mentioned it yesterday, 1 for 1 yesterday in the win over Ventura College. However, she did have 3 walks. Leads the team with 9 walks on the season. This one catches the inner half. Good spot there by Lee. A nice job for her to get ahead. We've seen her struggle to do that in this outing today. Kiana Bell in about 2 steps ahead of the bag. This one swung on and missed, pitched a little outside the zone. However, Armijo had to protect with 2 strikes. She goes down swinging for out number 2. That'll bring up the center fielder, Vinny Robles. She struck out swinging 2 in the bottom of the first. The Dons did have the bases loaded at that time, so she's looking to redeem herself. She also has an error that took place in the top of the second. This one misses wide, 1-0. It's Casey at second, Carnal over there at first. Dons trail 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. Game number 2 of this 3-game series. Robles shows bunt. Hawks were prepared as both the first and third baseman crashed rather aggressively. 2-0 the count now. To the sophomore outfielder from Orange Lutheran. She shows bunt but pulls back once more. This time it's a strike. 2-1 the count. Good battle here between Lee and Robles. Bell in about 4 steps from first base bag. This one misses outside. 3-1 the count. On deck, if the Dons are able to keep this inning alive, is Julia Ariston. Here's the 3-1. This one's in the zone. 3-2 now the count. It's full. We'll possibly see the runners in motion with 2 outs in the inning as well. Casey over there at second. Carnal over there at first. Casey could score on a ball hit into the outfield since she'll be running on this one. This one misses high. So Robles is able to work a walk. Some of these misses here by Madison Lee, not even really threatening the zone. They're easy takes for the Dons hitters. When she misses pretty badly. Already at 65 pitches through 2 2/3 of an inning. 5-0 is the score though, so she has kept the Dons off the board. And that'll bring up Julia Ariston, wearing number 27, batting from the right side. It's a first pitch strike. Last time she did that, it was to Dons number 5 hitter Alyssa Armijo, and she was able to get her to strike out. Here's the 0-1 with the bases loaded. This one misses down. Ariston has 5 RBIs on the season, 2 doubles and 1 triple. This one hit right up the middle off the glove of Lee. Lee is going to be able to knock it down though and flip it over to first. So nearly got past the pitcher. However, it's a easy ground out for Madison Lee for out number 3. Dons still trail 5-0, looking to get some offense going the next time up. It'll be 8-9-1 when they come back in the bottom of the 4th. As we head to the top of the 4th, due up for the Hawks will be 3-4-5, the heart of the order. It's still Ale Guzman in the circle when we come back. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Leading off for the Hawks, catcher Ranim Kurdia.
Back here now for the top of the 4th inning. Dons trail 5-0. It'll be 3-4-5 due up for the Hawks. Ranim Kurdia, the catcher, wearing number 3. 0 for 1 on the day. This one misses outside. Ali Guzman still in the circle for the Dons. Currently at 44 pitches in the outing. She came in relief after Julia Ariston, who's now in right, only was able to get 1 out. This one's hit softly into the infield. There is going to be a lot of wind. And coming in to make that catch from her catching position is Amaya Armenta. Scary moment there as Carnal was coming in from first. Armenta was able to call her off late. Tricky too because the wind's blowing in from right to left. So that ball was going to spin as it was hit high and way up there. So an impressive catch for out number 1. That'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Callista Marcial. This one misses outside. 2-0 the count. Marcial on the day has 2 walks, has scored twice. This one, looked like it might have caught the inner half. However, it's a ruled the ball, 3-0 the count. On deck for the Hawks is Yasmin Garcia, third baseman. She also has 2 walks in the game thus far, as head coach Marissa Ross is going to take a stroll with the clipboard over to the infield, to the circle. Dons trail 5-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Again, thanks for tuning into Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Next week, Dons have a game Monday, home against LA Harbor College. That game will be at 2 o'clock here on the campus of Santa Ana College. After that, they'll have a 3-game series with the Golden West Rustlers. 2 of those games will be at Golden West, both Tuesday and Friday. They'll get to host the Rustlers on Thursday. All games will be played at 2 o'clock. After that, they do have a 3-game series. The next conference series will be in April against Saddleback. They have a few non-conference games, a few games that they have to make up due to rainouts that following week. As this one is in there for a strike, the first of the AB. That's now a 3-1 count to the number 4 hitter. Maciel hoping for her 3rd walk on the afternoon. Batting from the right side. Here's the 3-1. This one had a lot of spin on it. It's hit up the middle, but in the air for Armijo as she comes from her shortstop position to catch that one. Out number 2. So nice job there by Guzman to get 2 weak pop-ups. And while the pop-ups traditionally are easy to field, it is a very windy day, so nice job by the fielders for the Dons to corral both of those. We'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Yasmin Garcia. This one in there for a strike. Garcia also has 2 walks on the afternoon. The freshman from Santiago in Corona High School. Hitting .256 on the season as she watched this one, misses outside. 1-1 the count. Duo for the Dons in the bottom of the 4th is Amaya Armenta. She will lead things off. The number 8 hitter as she blocks this one. No runners on base. 2-1 the count after that ball in the dirt. Dons looking for their first Orange Empire Conference win. They trail 5-0 here, and Guzman now has a 3-1 count against Yasmin Garcia. Nice job there by Armijo to, very quick, I don't know what she says to the pitcher, but she does have a big smile on her face, trying to give a pep talk to pitcher Ale Guzman. Here's the 3-1. This one catches the zone. It's hit right on the ground to Armijo. Big hop for her, and she makes a strong throw over there to first for out number 3. So a nice job there. It's the first 1-2-3 inning for any of the Dons pitchers in today's game. And as we move to the bottom of the 4th, Dons still trail 5-0. Looking to get some runs on the board. It'll be 8-9-1 due up. And we'll stay here with you during this in-between inning break. As it's Amaya Armenta leading things off here. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball. As there's a substitution, 10 for 27, I believe. 10 for 23. As there's a new pitcher in the circle. It'll be the sister, the 3rd sister, Nadine Cardilla. So the freshman from Beckman, along with their 2 other sisters. She'll be pitching to her sister behind the plate, Raneen, and her sister, Cece, is in right field. So all 3 Cardillas in the game at we stand. New pitcher, Nadine Cardilla. So new pitcher here in the top of the 4th, bottom of the 4th. Dons are the home team in today's game. It's game number 2 of this 3-game series. Dons have a record of 4-11. Looking to pick up their first Orange Empire Conference victory. Santiago Canyon enters with a record of 6-11. So this is the first we'll see of this new pitcher. She did pitch in Tuesday's game as well. The Hawks primarily use both her and Madison Lee for much of this season. Nadine Cardilla actually pitched the final 3 innings and got the save for the Hawks in Tuesday's victory. This one's hit on the ground. Oh, over to the coaches. They have to get out of the way of that one. I think they hit the bucket as the assistant coaches had to skip out of the way. Armenta has a big smile on her face after that foul ball. In 3 innings of relief pitching on Tuesday, Cardilla only gave up 1 hit and 2 walks while striking out 2 batters. This one's hit softly, playable maybe for the first baseman, however, not going to have enough room. 0-2 now the count. We're seeing a different style of pitching here with Cardilla on the mound, just really attacking the hitters, putting the balls in the zone, allowing them to hit it. 0-2 the count now to the catcher, Armenta. This one, check swing. Appeal down to appeal down to first. They say no, she did not go around. It was a half-hearted swing. I didn't think she went around. Santiago Canyon, of course, thought they did in the dugout. Nonetheless, it moves the count now to 1-2. Nadine Cardilla, the freshman from Beckman, jams Armenta, but she's able to foul it off to the right side. Keeps the count at 1-2. We'll do it once more. We have some scores around the Orange Empire Conference as some games are going on today. Fullerton currently has a 2-0 lead over Cypress. That's huge. Cypress, one of the top-ranked teams in the 3C2A. Riverside has a 6-5 lead over Golden West. That game is in the top of the 4th as this count moves to 2-2. On the season, Cardia has a 1.69 ERA, has appeared in 9 games for the Hawks. This one's also fouled off to the right side. A good battle back and forth between Armenta and Cardia here. She's pitched 20 2/3 innings, given up 21 hits, 10 walks, only 5 earned runs, 12 runs in general, but 5 of them have been earned. She has 2 saves on the season and has started 2 games for the Hawks this year. This one swung on and missed. Looked like a fastball that Armenta wasn't expecting there, as she was a tad late on that one. A swinging strikeout for out number 1. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Haley Martinez. We also have a final from an Orange Empire Conference game as Orange Coast defeated Saddleback in 5 innings by a score of 9-0. As this one misses wide, 1-0 the count to Haley Martinez, playing left field today, wearing number 4. So Orange Coast won 9-0 over Saddleback. Santiago Canyon leads here over Santa Ana 5-0. 2-0 now the count. Golden West, leads Riverside 5-1. Looked like my computer glitched for a second. It looked like a 6, but Golden West leads 5-1 in the top of the 4th, and Fullerton has a 2-0 lead over Cypress in the top of the 6th inning. 3-0 the count now as Harley Martinez is in the driver's seat. Here's the 3-0. This one misses outside as well, so it's a 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter, and that'll turn things over. Ideal situation, too, if you're head coach Marissa Ross. So that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Mel Avila. On the season, hitting .293 and has 8 RBIs on the season. The runner on first, the first baseman, Kiana Bell, playing about 7 steps in from the bag. This one misses outside. Martinez is a threat to run, so they're going to keep a close eye on her. Good speed over there. 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts this year. She's now thrown 5 straight balls, make that 6, as Nadine Cardia was able to really dominate the AB against Amaya Armenta. However, has thrown 6 straight balls, 4 straight to Haley Martinez, 2 straight now to Mel Avila. She's 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to center in the first, and lined out to second base in the second. 3-0 the count. As Cardia calls off the middle infield, she just wants to talk to her sister. Just the 2 of them. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Reneen, the catcher, is a sophomore from Beckman, and her 2 sisters are both freshmen. Both also attended Beckman High School. This one catches the outer half, so it ends a streak of 7 straight balls. However, she's still behind in the count, 3-1. Avila still in the driver's seat. Don's looking to put something together to get their first runs here of the afternoon. Runner on first is Haley Martinez. This one also catches the zone. Runs the count full. Big decision here to decide if you want to run Martinez over there at first. Good speed out of the batter's box. This one, a strike on the outer half, says home plate umpire Nika Esparza, so it's a strikeout looking for out number 2. Not what you wanted there if you're the head coaching staff of Santa Ana College. Got to be swinging with 2 strikes at anything close. Avila set down on strikes. Martinez looked like she was going to go on that one, however, stops after a couple steps. It's a first pitch strike to Mia Luna. This one misses down. 1-1. Luna has grounded out twice today. Here's the 1-1 to the third baseman. Ooh. Just misses the inner half, a little low. 2-1 the count. To the freshman from Segerstrom High School. Here's the windup from Cardia. This one hit softly into shallow center. That one could drop, and no, it's going to be Haley Perez who comes in to make the catch from her center field position. Just hung in the air just a little too long, as it didn't have enough wind in favor of that one, as Dons do strand a runner at first. We head to the top of the fifth. Dons still trail 5-0. Again, thanks for tuning in to Dons Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College, where it leads.
Back here for the top of the fifth inning. Hawks have a 5-0 lead over the Dons. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Dons are 4-11. Santiago Canyon 6-11. Dons still looking for their first Orange Empire Conference victory, as Isabel Altamirano will step into the batter's box and watch pitch number 1 sail outside. 1-0 the count to the designated player. She's 2 for 2 on the day, has 3 RBIs. Is a big factor in why the Hawks are leading thus far. 2-0 now the count. That last name, Altamirano, sounds a little too familiar, and that's because the Dons baseball team has a infielder by the name of Christian Altamirano, as this Altamirano hits this one into center. Robles coming in from her center field position, charging about 8 steps to make out number 1. Can't say for sure if they're related or not. Isabella is a freshman from Esperanza, while Christian Altamirano on the Dons baseball team is a alumni of Brea High School, both in that northeast section, I guess you could say, of Orange County, but can't say for sure if they're related or not. But you don't see the last name too often on Altamirano. First pitch to Kiana Bell is outside. 1-0 the count. She has an RBI sac fly and also grounded out back in the second inning, as this one's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Dons trail 5-0. This one skips in the dirt. 2-1 the count to the first baseman. On deck, Haley Perez. She recorded the final third out of the bottom of the fourth. Guzman still in the circle for the Dons. She came in back in the top of the first. Ooh, this one misses the bottom half. Thought that might have caught the zone. 3-1 the count. Home plate umpire today is Nika Arsparza. And on the field is Ken Kolbilka. This one hit on the ground It's going to be Luna charging in from her third base position, making a strong throw over to first. Score that 5-3, out number 2. So Guzman has really settled into a groove. She's not missing a lot of Hawks bats. However, she is getting a lot of weak contact. She's now set down 5 straight. I guess you're going back to the third. She's now set down 7 straight in order. Let's see what she does here against Haley Perez. The last time she faced Haley, she got her to ground out to Alyssa Armijo over at short. First one's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Perez has a single and a ground out in today's contest. Game number 2 of this 3-game series. Game number 3 will be played tomorrow at 12 noon. The Dons will be off on Saturday and Sunday and have a game here against LA Harbor on Monday. And in 2 Mondays, on March 25th, we'll be back here at Santa Ana College for the Dons as they take on the Southwestern College softball team. That'll again be Monday, March 25th. You can tune into that game here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. You can tune into the other home games next week. This one's hit on the ground to Armijo once again. Strong throw over to first, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. That's now 8 straight batters that she's retired in order. Ale Guzman has really settled into a groove, keeping these Hawks batters in check. The Dons still trail 5-0 here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Again, thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. When we come back, it'll be 3-4-5, the heart of the order for the Dons. Let's see if they can get some runs cooking in the bottom of the 5th.
With 138 conference championships, 25 state championships, and 6 national championships, Santa Ana College has one of the premier athletic programs in California. With your help, we will continue to provide opportunities to student athletes as they thrive in both athletics and academics. We are Santa Ana College.
Back here at Santa Ana College for inning number 5. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Dons trail 5-0. It'll be the first here today, Nika Esparza and Ken Kolbicka. Not sure what they're discussing at the moment. However, Sarah Casey ready to get her hacks in here on the bottom of the 5th. Looks like we might have a substitution to tell you about. So some substitutions to tell you about, as it looks like Caitlin Murphy is going to check in at first base. Kiana Bell moves over from first base to third base. I believe everything else is still the same. So the designated player, Isabella Altamirano, gets subbed out for Caitlin Murphy. She's now over there at first. Kiana Bell over there at third. I believe it was Yasmin Garcia who was playing third, excuse me. She's now over at short. The The shortstop, I believe Millie Mayer, is the one who gets subbed out. So it's quickly a 2-0 count to Sarah Casey. Hope you were able to track all that. This one finds the zone as Kerdia able to get her first strike of the at-bat. Still in control as the Hawks lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. This one misses way outside, 3-1 the count. Not too many chances left for the Dons as they're down to their final 9 outs. Off the bottom of the 5th, 6th, and 7th, barring an 8-run rule. Have to get some offense here. Don't have to get it all back in one inning, just have to chip away as Casey does foul this one off. And nearly squeezed by Kerdia, the catcher, however. She's not able to glove it. Moves the count now to 3-2. So let's get you the defense for the Hawks. It's Raneem Kerdia. Her sister in the circle is Nadine Kerdia. Kiana Bell over there at third. Yasmin Garcia at short. Caitlin Murphy over there at first. This one swung on and missed by Casey. Comes up empty on the full count pitch. And playing second is Callista Marcial. In the outfield still remains the same. Haley Perez in center, Cece Kerdia in right, and Alyssa Patlin in left. First pitch to Carnal is fouled off over into the parking lot on the right side. 0-1 the count. Carnal has a single and also has a walk. 1 for 1 on the day. Looking to get on base once more for the number 5 hitter, Alyssa Armijo. Let's see if the two sophomores back-to-back in this order. And this is a shallow bloop hit. Racing in is Cece Kerdia. She's not going to be able to get to it as making a diving attempt is the second baseman, Maciel. She comes up very gingerly there. Might have got the wind knocked out of her. I thought Cece was going to be able to have a better chance at that one, but it's Maciel who came in from the second base position. It's always a tough one when you land on the stomach, especially in the ribs. Kind of lose your breath for just a split second. However, she gets up. She's ready for play. Carnal has a single, her second on the afternoon. 2 for 2 now, and she's been on base all 3 times she's come up to the batter's box. And that'll bring up Alyssa Armijo. So again, this is the meat part of the order. 3 sophomores. Casey did get out on the first AB, but let's see if Alyssa Armijo can drive or somehow move over the runner at first. She showed bump momentarily, however, pulled it back. It's now a 1-0 count. Dons trail 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Looks like the clouds cover the sun as the clouds roll in here over the campus of Santa Ana College. 1-1 the count after this one's in there for a strike. Armijo 0 for 1 on the day. She struck out in her last AB. Does have a walk back in the first inning. Carnal over there at first. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 runner on first. This one misses high. 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1 from Nadine Kerdia. This one's fouled back into the net. Moves the count now to 2-2. Armijo came up big last year when these two teams played in game number 1. She went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk in the victory. 6-2 in that first game that these two teams played each other. Again, that was back on March 28 of 2023. Alyssa Armijo is a 2-year starter at a very difficult position to play too, at the shortstop position. Here's the full count pitch. Carnal over at first. Armijo swings through that one as she goes down via the strikeout for the 2nd time today. It's a nice piece of pitching there by Nadine Kerdia. Freshman's able to get 2 sophomores to strike out in the inning. She does have a runner over there at first, and that'll bring up another sophomore in Vinny Robles. Here's the first pitch to Robles. This one spins a little too far outside. 1-0 the count. One to know the count. Here's the second pitch. Moves the count now to 2-0. Carnal over there at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Dons trail 5-0. This one, ooh, misses inside, nearly hits Robles. 3-0 the count to the center fielder. On deck is the right fielder, Julia Ariston, if the Dons are able to keep the inning alive. This one misses outside, so Robles draws the 4-pitch walk. It's the first walk we've seen issued by Nadine Cardilla since the 3rd inning. Excuse me, since the 4th inning. She did walk left fielder Haley Martinez. So it's the second walk issued by Cardilla, the pitcher. Carnal advances over to second. 2 outs still in the inning, bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up the right fielder, Julia Ariston. Grounds it out to the pitcher in her last AB. This one misses low. She drew a base on balls back in the bottom of the 2nd. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. This one misses, no, catches the outer half. 1-1 the count. Looks like head coach Marissa Ross going to have a chat with the home plate umpire Nika Esparza. Looks like they're going to get a pinch runner into the game for Sonia Carnal. Looks like it's number 8, Gio Tully. So a little bit more speed out there at second. It's the freshman from Norco High School to pinch run for the first baseman. Ball hit in the outfield, could potentially score Tully. Ariston has a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 from Nadine Cardilla. This one misses outside. 2-1 the count to the right fielder. On deck is Haley Martinez, if the Dons are able to keep this inning alive. Looks like there's a big cloud over the sun. Over to my left. The wind has picked up, making things a little bit chillier here at the ballpark. 3-1 the count now as Ariston is in the driver's seat. It's Armenta in the on-deck circle. I accidentally skipped over her. Armenta before Martinez. Ariston in the batter's box as we stand. Runners on first and second. Here's the 3-1. This one's hit into right field, but right to CC Cardilla, and she's going to charge in and make out number 3. It was a good piece of contact, however, right to a fielder for SEC. The Hawks are able to hang on to a 5-0 lead. We transition over to the top of the 6th. Due up for the Hawks will be 9-1-2. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel in conjunction with SportsNetUSA.net.
With 138 conference championships, 25 state championships, and 6 national championships, Santa Ana College has one of the premier athletic programs in California. With your help, we will continue to provide opportunities to student athletes as they thrive in both athletics and academics. We are Santa Ana College.
It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the visiting Hawks. They lead 5-0 here in the top of the 6th. Still Ale Guzman in the circle, and she's been cruising as of late. 8 straight batters retired in order. CC Cardia due up first for the Hawks here in the top of the 6th. First pitch misses high and a bit outside. 1-0 the count to the right fielder. On the afternoon, she's 1 for 2. She had a single back in the top of the 3rd inning, grounded out to second in the top of the 1st. Here's the windup and the pitch from Guzman, just a bit high. 2-0 the count. As I mentioned, Guzman been on a roll. 8 straight batters retired in order. This goes back to the top of the 3rd inning. She gave up a single to CC Cardia, but was able to get 2 straight batters out. And they got 2 3-and-outs, both in the 4th and in the 5th inning. This one's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. This next pitch will be number 70 for Ale Guzman, the sophomore from La Quinta High School over in the city of Westminster. This one misses in the dirt. 3-1, an easy take for Cardia. She's trying to break the streak by Guzman. We've seen this a few times as Armijo comes in with a big smile on her face, trying to cheer up Guzman, maybe saying something positive. It's very brief. However, the last time she did that, she got a ground out right to her at short. So let's see if it works once more. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Guzman. This one misses low. So it's the first base runner allowed in 9 base runners since Cardia was last up. And now with no outs, there's a runner on first, and we turn things over to the top of the order. So Millie Mayer still batting in the game, batting from the left side. She was no longer playing short after the last substitutions back in the bottom of the inning. This one, as she takes a few steps, letting us know that she wanted to slap that one over to the left side. This one was in there for a strike nonetheless. 0-1 the count to Mayer. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Did draw a walk and came around to score back in the top of the 1st. She shows bunt. This one skips in the dirt. Armenta thought about throwing it down to Carnal at first, however, hangs on to it. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 from Guzman to Mayer. This one catches the inner half. That one has some nice spin to it. Looked like a screwball there from Guzman, as Mayer thought it was going to run inside and hit her. However, it tailed just enough away from the left-handed hitter into the strike zone. 1-2 the count, nobody out. This one bounces in the dirt. Armenta does a nice job to glove it. 2-2 the count. This one swung on and missed by Mayer. Throw down to second as the runner was going. The tag was there, however, it popped out of Avila's glove. So getting in there safely on the stolen base is CC Cardia. Millie Mayer does strike out swinging for out number 1. There's a runner on second with 1 out. Alyssa Patton now due up. Pat Lynn playing left field in today's contest for the Hawks. They lead 5-0 here in the top of the 6th. This one's cued off to the left side, hit the very end of the bat. Oh and 1 the count to the number 2 hitter. She's 0 for 3 on the day. Did reach back in the 2nd off an error off of the center fielder. Here's Guzman's 0-1 pitch. This one's flailed into left field. There is Haley Martinez. She had to jump and make that one as the wind's blowing out to her direction. But that is out number 2. Now it'll be Raneem Kradia trying to bring her sister home from second. Here's Guzman's first pitch to Kradia. This one, off-speed pitch that had Raneem Kradia way out in front, 0-1. Wasn't expecting a changeup for the first pitch of the AB. Raneem Kradia hitting 400 entering today's game. This one, good frame job there by Armenta. However, it misses, 1-1 the count. Runner on second, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Dons trail 5-0. Here's Guzman's 1-1. This one hit on the ground. Luna's going to come in and charge. Make a strong throw over to first. And it's out number 3. So they do allow a base runner to get on and advance all the way to second in CC Kradia. However, the Dons are able to strand her at second base. Nice job there by Guzman. She set down 11 of the last 12 batters that she has faced in order. So she's on a hot streak as the Dons need a little bit more of that hot streak to transfer over to offense as they still trail 5-0 heading to the bottom of the 6th. They're down to their last 6 outs. When we return, it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Dons. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
With 138 conference championships, 25 state championships, and 6 national championships, Santa Ana College has one of the premier athletic programs in California. With your help, we will continue to provide opportunities to student athletes as they thrive in both athletics and academics. We are Santa Ana College.
Kradia, so the sisters will no longer be the battery as her pitcher, or her sister, excuse me, still in the circle, Nadine Kradia. However, it's Grace Potter behind the plate. Caitlin Murphy still over there at first. Kiana Bell over there at third. Yasmin Garcia at short. This one's fouled off to the right side and into the net. Murphy's able to play that one off the net. Good concentration there. It doesn't count. However, it's out, or excuse me, it's strike 1. Next pitch will be number 40 for Nadine Kradia. At second, still Callista Maciel. Alyssa Payton still in left. Haley Perez still in center, and Cece Kradia over there in right. This one's hit hard, but right to the second baseman, Maciel. She didn't have to move anywhere laterally as it was hit right to her. Very unfortunate. That was hard contact there by a Don's bat, but right to a Hawks defender. And that'll bring up Haley Martinez, the left fielder, batting in the number 9 spot today. Has 2 walks in the afternoon, so doesn't have a recorded AB. One 1-0 the count after this first pitch misses wide. Here's the 1-0. This one misses high. 2-0 the count. Wind has died down just a little bit from when we started this ball game. Some of the gusts still pick up from time to time. Not sure how much of you are catching it on the microphone. It's 2-1 after the first strike of the at-bat is fired in there by Nadine Kradia, the freshman from Beckman High School. entered with a sub-2 or ERA and has been dealing for the Hawks in this outing. Came in back in the bottom of the 4th. Has only allowed 3 base runners to reach safely. 2 walks and 1 single. This one swung on and missed. It was a fastball that rose above the shoulders of Haley Martinez, and it's out number 2. We'll turn things over to the top of the order. It's Mel Avila batting in the 1 spot today, the second baseman. A sophomore from Orange Lutheran. Teammates with Sarah Casey and Vinny Robles at Orange Lutheran High School, the Lancers. Can only imagine how good that Orange Lutheran softball team was that year with all 3 of them on it. This one misses high and wide. 1-0 the count. On deck, if the Dons are able to keep this inning alive, Mia Luna, the third baseman. Here's the 1-0. This one's fouled back into the net. One and 1 the count. Avila struck out looking in her last AB back in the bottom of the 4th. She's 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to center, lined out to second base, and struck out looking to Kerdia. This one misses above the shoulders. 2-1 the count. Five to nothing is the score. Dons still trail here in the bottom of the 6th. Left-handed leadoff hitter. Up to bat with 2 outs. This one also sails over her head almost, as Potter struggled to get a glove onto that one. 3-1 the count. Again, Mia Luna, the third baseman, on deck if the Dons are able to keep the inning alive. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. No runners on. And it's a 4-pitch walk. So Avila reaches base safely.
Now batting number 5, Mia Luna.
And that'll bring up the third baseman, Mia Luna. Wearing number 5, playing third base today. She's 0 for 2, flew out to center in her last AB, drew a base on balls back in the bottom of the 1st, and grounded out to short back in the bottom of the 3rd. Big lead over there by Avila. She is a threat to steal over there. We'll see how aggressive she is with 2 outs in the inning. Avila on the year has 8 stolen bases, 8 for 8 in stolen base attempts. This one misses. Oh, catches the inner half. I thought it missed. Looked like the catcher might have been set up outside, and she had to really reach and grab that one on the inside. Typically, you don't see the home plate umpire reward when a pitcher misses their spots that badly. However, it's 0-2 now. This one hit on the ground. Over to second. Maciel throws it strongly over to Murphy for out number 2. Excuse me, for out number 3. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. In the bottom of the 7th, it will be the heart of the order. 3, 4, 5 due up for the Dons. As we transition to the top of the 7th, they do have to keep the score at what it is, or below 8 runs, as it's 4, 5, 6 due up for the Hawks when we come back. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College, where at least
4-5-6 due up for Santiago Canyon College.
Number 7, Calista Maciel.
It'll be Calissa Maciel due up for the Hawks. After her will be Yasmin Garcia. This one's fouled off into the stands here. Fan could potentially walk away with the souvenir. No one really hustled for that one. Now we see some people walking over for it, as it's strike one. 0-1 the count to the number 4 hitter. She's 0 for 1 on the day, does have 2 walks. Came around to score both times, back in the top of the first and top of the second. This one's hit softly. Let's see if Avila can get there. She does. Ranging back to her left into the outfield grass. Not an easy thing to do with the wind blowing the way it is today. However, it's a pop-up to the second baseman for out number 1. That'll bring up the shortstop, Yasmin Garcia. She did start the game at third base. This one catches the outer half, says home plate umpire. Guzman does a nice job to find out there, and a good job by Armenta to frame that one. Top of the 7th inning. Dons need to keep the score at what it is if they hope to come back in the bottom of the 7th. This one's in the dirt. 1-1 the count. 1 out. Nobody out. Nobody on, excuse me, here in the top of the 7th. This one catches the outer half, says home plate umpire Nika Esparza. 1-2. Guzman from the windup. Here's the 1-2 in the same spot. She sets down Garcia, looking for out number 2. Not too sure what Garcia was looking for on that AB, but she got 3 pitches in the same spot on the outer corner. Have to do a better job of protecting. Nonetheless, it's out number 2 for the Dons, and now we see the first of Caitlin Murphy playing first base in that same spot. Ali Guzman doing a nice job of putting it consistently on the outer half, and Nika Esparza is rewarding her with strikes. It's 0-1 the count. Caitlin Murphy batting sub 100, only batting 050 in 20 AB. She only has 1 hit. So she's gotten a good amount of opportunities. This one go up the middle though, so she picks up her 2nd hit of the season, as she now has a 2-out single. It's only the 2nd base runner allowed by Ale Guzman since the top of the 3rd. So really strong finish to the game for Guzman. She did struggle when she first came in. She inherited bases loaded from her starter, Julia Ariston. However, from the 3rd inning on, she's really been in a nice groove, keeping the Hawks hitters at bay. You got to think how different this game might be had she had started and had been able to keep that going for the whole game. It's Murphy over there at first. Kiana Bell, who's now playing 3rd, hitting from the right side. This one just a tad low, below the knees. A little too much break on that one. Looked like a screwball. 1-1 the count to Kiana Bell. Kiana Bell, 0 for 2 on the day. She does have a sac fly RBI. This one below the knees as well. Armenta doing a good job of trying to frame him and bring him up to the lower half of the zone. However, no strikes called on these last 2. Top of the 7th, 5-0 is the score. The Hawks did get all their runs in the first 2 innings. This one swung on and missed by Bell. Good piece of pitching there. 2-2 the count. The Hawks got 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and both teams have been scoreless ever since, and they have a 5-0 lead. Here's the 2-2 from Guzman. This one's hit softly right in front of Armenta. No, they're going to say this one's foul ball if it hit off of home plate, says home plate umpire Nika Esparza. Nice job of her to get out in front and be very vocal, alerting both teams that the ball was dead, out of play. So we'll do it again, 2-2 to the third baseman, Kiana Bell. There is 2 outs. 1 runner on first. That's Caitlin Murphy. Here's the 2-2. This one hit foul over to the left side into the netting on that third base dugout. Let's do it again once more, 2-2. Guzman does have 3 strikeouts thus far in the outing. Let's see if she can pick up number 4. Here's the 2-2 once more. This one's hit on the ground to Armijo. This one kicks off the heel of her glove. That's a tough play, ranging all the way to her right. Luna was coming in across her face as well. I think we'll give that one an infield single, as even if she did come up with the ball cleanly, that would have been a tough play for her as she slid down to her knees, so she would have really had to pop up quickly and try and throw out Bell over there at first. It's an infield single for Kiana Bell. Murphy advances to second on the grounder. Nice job of Armijo to prevent it from going into left field, and that'll bring up Haley Perez, the center fielder today, wearing number 8, talking with their head coach, Brandis Kutzbeck.
Center fielder number 8, Haley Perez.
Kutzbeck also played for the Santiago Canyon College program before transferring on to Sonoma State. So both head coaches here in this matchup played for their respective programs back in the day. Always good to see people of the community come back and coach at the same spots that they played it. As the first pitch ball to Haley Perez. We mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, both Marissa Ross and Alicia Iglesias, her assistant coach, played for the Dons back in 2013 and 14. This one's hit right back to Guzman. She fires it over to first for out number 3. So the Dons strand 2 runners on. It's the last 3 outs for the Dons. They trail 5-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Last chance to make some magic happen, as we'll see what the hitters between 3, 4, and 5 can do. Maybe Casey, Carnal, and then Armijo do up when we come back.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
So bottom of the 7th here, the last 3 outs for the Dons, a chance to claw back into this one. After today's game, they will have game number 3 of this series against Santiago Canyon College tomorrow at 12 on the road. The next home game will be next Monday at LA Harbor. I won't be there, but you can always tune into the home games that are streamed here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel for all the spring sports, Dons baseball, Dons softball, and Dons women wrestling, as I believe they have one more home meet here in the spring season. This one misses high to Casey, 2-0 the count. Nadine Cardilla still on the mound. It's still Grace Potter back there behind home plate now. She came in the last defensive, or in the top of the 6th, bottom of the 6th, for Reneen Cardilla at left field to round out the 9 for the Hawks. 3-1 the count to Sarah Casey, the designated player. This one misses way wide, and they have a leadoff base runner. And again, this is a good part of the order to try and get some runs across. Casey's a sophomore, Sonia Carnell is a sophomore, Alyssa Armijo is a sophomore, and Vinny Robles is a sophomore. So a lot of experience in the heart of the order. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner as well for Casey, as Alexis Marquez is going to pinch run for Casey. So a sophomore at the plate. Marquez, a sophomore from El Medina, at first. She also serves as a pitcher for this team. Doesn't have any stolen base attempts on the year, but does have good speed, better speed than Casey, especially if Carnal is able to find one in the gap or send one into the gap. A chance for Marquez to score from first potentially. Here's the 1-0 to Carnal. This one, catches the inner half. A couple of the SEC fans traveled over here to Santa Ana College to watch this game. Technically, both these teams belong to the same district, the Rancho Santiago Canyon College District. This one hit to left field. Perez not going to be able to get to that one as it gets all the way to the fence. Marquez is going to be held up at third. Carnal goes to second as Ross holds up Marquez. Nice no-out double there. And the Dons are threatening. Another talented sophomore due up now for the Dons, Alyssa Armijo, the shortstop. She's had a rough day at the plate, but a chance to turn her fortunes around, potentially make some noise for the Dons. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but has a walk back in the first. This one catches the upper quadrant. 0-1 the count to Armijo. At the very least, she wants to put one in play. The corners are in, but if she hits one to short or second, looks like the Hawks are going to concede a run and get the out over at first. She drops a bunt down. It's going to be Bell that throws it over to home. It's a wide throw. Now coming in to score from third is Carnal, and Armijo gets over there to second. So score that E5 on the throw that allows Carnal and Marquez to score. I think Marquez was going to score regardless, so score that as an earned run. Carnal was able to come all the way from second after the errant throw. No one was backing up home plate. Armijo gets all the way to second, so she has a 2 RBI bunt. Tried to sacrifice herself, but she put pressure on the Hawks defense. Bell decided to go to home. The throw was wide of Potter, and that allowed 2 runs to come in for the Dons. It's now a 5-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th. Still nobody out. So the pressure is all on the Hawks now, as Nadine Cardilla had a mound visit with her coaches in the circle along with the rest of the infield. First pitch misses high to Vinny Robles, another sophomore. Better late than never, as they say. Dons are threatening now here in the bottom of the 7th. This one also misses high. 2-0 the count. Cardilla is now at 63 pitches in the outing. The count. A runner on second in Armijo. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. That one didn't find the zone either. It's a 3-0 count. Here's the 3-0. This one misses the zone as well, so Robles reaches base via a walk. It's her 3rd walk drawn on the afternoon. Runners on first and second, so at the very least, the Hawks have an opportunity to go to any base in the infield. The ball's hit to third base sharply. She could just step on the bag and maybe try and get one. But that'll bring up the right fielder, Julia Ariston. Ariston batting from the right side. This one misses in the dirt. That's now 5 straight balls that Cardilla has thrown. when you're looking at the season statistic for the Hawks this year, they've only used 2 pitchers. Lee was the one who started the game. This one nearly stays over Potter's head. Good job for her to get a glove on it. 2-0 the count to Ariston. Ariston drew a walk back in the second, grounded out to the pitcher back in the third. Grounded out to the third baseman, as this one's in there for a strike. So ends a streak of 6 straight balls thrown by Cardia. 2-1 the count now. Dons are still in the driver's seat. Again, a ball in play just puts a lot of pressure on the Hawks. We saw Kiana Bell make a bad decision trying to go home on a bunt instead of taking the out at first. Ball momentarily skipped away, but Potter was able to corral it relatively quickly. It's a 3-1 count. On deck for the Dons, Amaya Armenta. So a real threat here in the bottom of the 7th. This one misses outside as well. So it's another walk issued by Cardia, and that's going to be the second circle visit we have by Candice Kutzebek, as she actually going to go talk to Esparza, the home plate umpire. Looks like they're going to make a change at pitcher. Wind picking up just a little bit, as Rijo is going to advance to third. Robles advanced to second. So Madison Lee is going to check back into the game for Cardia.
Back on the mound for the Hawks, number 23, Madison Lee.
She threw 68 pitches. Was able to work 3 clean innings, keeping the Dons off the board. She did use a lot of pitches in those 3 innings. She issued, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 walks. She issued 5 walks. Only gave up one hit in her outing. So she did a nice job of missing the Dons' bats. However, she also missed the strike zone quite a bit, something that Cardia struggled with as well, especially towards the tail end. She'll inherit a bases-loaded situation. Armijo over at third, Robles at second, Ariston at first. This is a very exciting finish brewing here. Armenta represents the winning run. Ariston represents the tying run, as that would send the game into extras. I'm sure if you're the Dons coaching staff, you're just thinking 1 run at a time. But Madison Lee back in the circle for the Hawks. And due up now will be the catcher, Amaya Armenta. She's 0 for 3 on the day. She did tattoo a ball, but it was right to second base. There was a line out sharply to second. This one misses the bottom half. 1-0 the count to Amaya Armenta. Struck out twice, lined out to second. 1-0 the count. Nobody out still here in the bottom of the 7th. Dons trail 5-2. This one misses a bit high, maybe a bit inside. 2-0 the count. Nowhere to put Armenta. Wind picking up just a bit as it's blowing in from right center. Here's Lee's windup. The 2-0. This one misses up as well, just past the lettering, 3-0. On deck, Haley Martinez. What an exciting finish this will be if the Dons are able to walk things off. Still got to get 3 more runs to tie it. Here's the 3-0 from Lee. This one skips in the dirt. And it looks like all the control from the pitchers of the Hawks have abandoned them, as it's now a base on balls. 3 straight. 2 by Cardia as Armijo comes in to score. Robles advances to third. Ariston advances to second, and Armenta's aboard safely at first. This one catches the zone. It's a first pitch strike to Haley Martinez. So that runner now moving 60 feet closer. Ariston over there at second represents the tying run. This one misses down in the dirt. The outfield playing to prevent the run from scoring from second, as they're in about 4 or 5 steps from their usual depth. The only one I would say back is at their normal depth is Haley. No, not Haley Perez. It's the left fielder, Alyssa Patlin. Here's the 1-1 from Lee. This one misses in the dirt. 2-1. Again, struggling, and some of these pitchers just missing so badly that they're not even making the Dons think about swinging on these. These are easy takes for the Dons hitters. Ariston has drawn 2 base on balls. She did strike out in her last AB. This one, 3-1. Thought it might have caught the zone. However, it's ruled the ball by home plate umpire Esparza. If you're Martinez here, you're looking for one spot only. Here's the 3-1. This one catches the upper half, runs the count full. Still nobody out. Got to put the ball into play here. Here's the full count pitch from Lee. This one misses low. It's ball 4. Another bases loaded walk as Robles comes in to score. Ariston moves over to third. Armenta goes to second, and we turn things over to the top of the order. This was a 5-0 game. Entering the bottom of the 7th, it's now 5-4. No other pitchers on the roster for the Hawks to use. It's going to come down to Lee, who started this game. Cardia is the one who allowed 2 runs to come across and left the bases loaded. Lisa hasn't been able to get it now. She does deliver a first pitch strike here to Avila. Avila has good speed out of the left-handed hitter's batter's box. She drew a baseball and balls in her last AB, 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout, a line out to second, and a fly out to center. This one, ooh, she wanted to swing, held up, but it's still a strike. That one had some extra zip to it too. Lee really rearing back, pushing off that back leg, and now Avila's gonna go ahead and talk to her head coach Ross over there at third. Third being Ariston represents the tying run. 1-2. Third base and first base both in, about 2 steps past the bag. Here's the 1-2. This one hits Avila, and the tying run comes in. So 3 straight walks and a hit by pitch. It's now tied. It's now a tie game. Things are all tied up at 5 apiece in the bottom of the 7th. And now the winning run is on third base. It's Maya Armenta. Potter's going to go ahead and talk to her pitcher, Madison Lee. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Mia Luna. This all got started in the beginning of the bottom of the 7th. Casey drew a base on balls. Carnal was able to double. There were runners on second and third. Armijo dropped a bunt, and that forced the third baseman, Bell, to throw an error. She tried to get the out at home. 2 runs came across there, and since then, it's been 4 straight walks, followed by a hit by pitch. This one's in there for a strike. So Luna, with nobody out, 0 for 3 on the day, did drew a base on balls back in the first. This one catches the outer half. That one was a pretty pitch, pretty spot. 5-5 is the score. I'm sure the Dons want to end this one here in the bottom of the 7th. They want to avoid extras. Here's Lee's 0-2. This one catches the outer half and forces to Luna to swing. She comes up empty. That's out number 1. So the Dons have batted around. Casey drew a base on balls to start this inning. There's now 1 out. Bases are still loaded. She has the best average on this team, so not one better player to put into this spot. Behind her, you have 3 sophomores following, in Carnal, Armijo, and Robles. Let's see what Casey does here, up 1-0. Here's the pitch. This one misses as well, 2-0. Looks like Lee had all kinds of confidence pitching to Luna, but a different type of approach with a more dangerous hitter in Casey, the designated player today. Here's the 2-0 to Casey. This one misses up. These haven't been close. Easy takes for Casey. If he draws a walk here, it'll be a walk-off walk for the Dons. Again, the winning run only 60 feet. And it's a walk-off walk for the Dons as they come back from a 5-0 deficit. A 5-0 deficit entering the bottom of the 7th. However, it's 4 straight walks, a hit by pitch, and then another walk to Sari Casey as the Dons come out victorious by a score of 6-5. Again, thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. The Dons have game number 3 of this series tomorrow at Santiago Canyon College at 12 noon. The next home game for the Dons will be next Monday at here against LA Harbor College. Again, that first pitch will be at 2 o'clock. Again, thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. An exciting finish for the Dons. The next time we'll be here at Dons Field to broadcast a softball game will be Monday, March 25th when they take on Southwestern College. Again, thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We'll catch you guys next time.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires